Hello and welcome back to Azure Terraformer. Exciting news. Today we passed yet another milestone. 5,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. Really excited to see, more of you hop on the Azure Terraformer train and join us on this journey of terraforming Azure. Before I get started, I would just like to take this moment to thank all of my current members. Membership is a way that you can support the channel and help me keep doing what I'm doing, which is terraforming Azure and showing you how as well. Some of my channel members have been with me for a long time, and for that, I want to give my deepest and heartfelt thank you. Let's start with the Code Ninjas. Dan Kitch holds the crown for the longest member of the Azure Terraformer. I think he signed up the day I opened up the membership roles. So Dan, really appreciate you supporting the channel. And it's been a lot of fun working more closely with you on your projects through the Code Ninja program. 10 months. Thank you so much. Shortly thereafter, we have Stephen Carlson, also on the Code Ninja squad. Stephen, thank you so much for your support. It was great connecting with you on our Code Ninja Connect, and hope to get one of those on the books here pretty soon. So hopefully we can find a time where across all the time zones we can meet up and talk Azure and Terraform together. Of course, after Code Ninja, there is the Azure Terraformer tier, which essentially allows you to declare yourself to the world as an official Azure Terraformer and really throw some love and support the channel. So greatly appreciate that. We also have a couple long timers on here as well. Romario Rodriguez, locking in the 10-month slot as well, followed closely by Gregory Mirsky, who's actually helped me by contributing to a couple of my open source projects like the GitHub AT-AT. So Greg, it's been a pleasure getting to know you and working more closely with you. Andrew Webster, also at the 6-month mark. Thank you so much for your support. And Richard Wong, all the way from Singapore. Thank you so much for your support. And it has been a pleasure meeting you at the recent members only Azure Terraformer meetup. I definitely appreciate your passion for the FinOps side of things and look forward to continuing to collaborate with you there. A couple new members, Scrambler and Sean Rose, locking in their first month. Really appreciate your support and be looking for your call outs in my upcoming videos. And then hot off the presses, less than a month, we have 2 new members, Mark Mulvaney and Abdul Wajid. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Really helps out a lot. And to all you Azure Terraformers, thank you so much for tuning in, smashing that subscribe button, and showing your support and in any way that you can. Whether it's asking great questions, pointing out improvements that I could potentially make, or just helping somebody else out who's trying to terraform Azure through the Azure Discord channel. Really appreciate it. I really love the community that we're starting to build. So thank you so much. So what's happened since November? Well, in the Azure Terraformer, right here on this channel, I've covered some topics like Entra ID, Azure Resiliency. I got pretty excited about the Terraform 1.9 input variable validation capabilities and what that can unlock, particularly when mashed up with the AZ API provider. And of course, I've been spending a lot of time working on my GitHub AT-AT, that is automate the automation with Terraform modules that I see as a great way to help me speed up the process by which I create labs and share them out with you guys. Because let's face it, my Azure Terraformer GitHub repo is probably not as well maintained as I'd like it to be. So apologies there. The Code Ninja Squad, we've had 2 code reviews covering 2 radically different areas. One related to Entra ID and managing Entra ID resources, and then another which is particularly interesting because it hasn't really been a topic that I've covered on this channel, about how to do a hub and spoke network across multiple Azure subscriptions. So very interesting topics. Code Ninjas, keep them coming. Really appreciate the challenges that you put on my desk, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun working on some of these more advanced scenarios. This year we had our first Azure Terraformer members only meetup, met some new faces on there. And if you just signed up, make sure you hop on Discord and then identify yourself so that I can plug you into the appropriate members only channel so that we can schedule dates and get things a little bit more organized for next time. I realize everybody's on different time zones and all that, so I really try my best to find a time that's going to work for everybody and not be too painful. So we also had a distinguished guest on this channel, the one and only Matt White, of course, my colleague at Microsoft, who does Terraform every day, all day. And that was a good time. Hoping to have him on again if we can get our schedules worked out. And of course, the Discord server has been taking off. We have over 300 members now and a lot of active conversations going on. Of course, remember, the Azure Terraformer Discord is a lot like my channel. Azure and Terraform are kind of the core technologies, but there's so many different tangential topics that we get into, whether it's AKS, GitHub Actions, Azure DevOps, FinOps, etc. Anything at the intersection of infrastructure as code, application development, platform engineering, and Azure. This year I have been pretty busy with meetups. As many of you know, I rebooted the Azure meetup of Columbus, Ohio, and we've had 5 meetings this year, which has been a lot of fun. Hoping to keep that going with my partner in crime, Drake Lundstrom. And I've also rebooted the HashiCorp user group here in Columbus, Ohio. And I think I might have found a co-organizer, that AWS guy, who came and talked about AWS CC. Of course, you know who you are, Manu. It'd be great to have a co-organizer from that big bookstore in the cloud, because as of course you know, the HashiCorp user group is absolutely a multi-cloud safe space. So whatever cloud you're using, whether it's public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud, all the clouds, they're all welcome at the HashiCorp user group. So we've had quite a diverse cast of characters come and talk about different things, whether it's console, of course, Terraform, and the like. So looking forward to continuing to see what cool things people are doing with the Hashi stack right here in Columbus, Ohio. I've been also pretty busy. I had the great opportunity to give a talk on AKS at Hashi Talks 2024. I gave a talk on Azure resiliency at the Azure Global Conference this April. In June, I flew down to Sydney, Australia, and gave a talk on Azure, Terraform, and mashing up providers with the Grafana provider, which is a provider that I've used in my past and found quite useful. Just recently, this September, I had the opportunity to speak at my alma mater at Otterbein University, where I talked about how infrastructure as code and coding skills in general are that much more critical now in 2024 for those hoping to enter the IT field. And I'm looking forward to giving my hallway track at HashiConf just a couple weeks from now, where I'll give some tips on how to learn infrastructure as code in a non-conventional way through Minecraft. So I hope you come join me at HashiConf and let's terraform some Minecraft together. Probably my biggest news thus far is I released my book, Mastering Terraform, on July 26, 2024. So thank you all for those of you that have supported me in that endeavor. It's a little bit scary, putting yourself out there, putting your name on a book after spending, over a year putting pen to paper and writing a bunch of stuff down, hoping you got it right, hoping people find it useful. So really appreciate all the love and support that you guys have sent my way. So what's coming next on the Azure Terraformer? Well, I've got a lot of stuff planned. I do want to hit some services that I feel like I've used a lot in the past, and I haven't really given a lot of service on the channel. One of my favorite services, Azure Cosmos DB. SQL database, of course, is absolute Azure meat and potatoes, so I want to hit that one, as well as Databricks, because I think that would be an interesting Terraform provider mashup to see how we use the Azure provider and the Databricks provider together. Also, security is a huge thing, and I think it's also one of the more challenging things to automate, particularly using private networking and private endpoints. So I'm hoping to dedicate a series to understanding and fully grokking the private endpoint capabilities on Azure to hopefully make it easier for you guys to start introducing private networking within your own solutions. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me on this journey, and really excited about hitting 5,000 subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so, and don't forget to ring that bell so you know when my next video drops. And if you want to talk more, definitely hop on the Discord server and talk with me and all of us other Azure Terraformers out there to tap into that collective knowledge of the broader community. Anyways, happy Azure Terraforming. Until next time, this is the Azure Terraformer, signing off.